Hey YouTube. So today I thought I'd take you through the completed chicken coop now that I've had it going for about 3 months or so. So what I've done since I guess I've last recorded pretty much is I've built this fence, used telephone poles on the corners. I believe it's 8-foot stakes for the T-post. I used apple and orchard and game fence, I believe it's called, that's made by Red Brand for the uprights. This makes it a 6-foot tall fence. All the chickens like to come by me, as you can see. But so then go through the first gate here, and you're in the coop and everything. So it's a little bit dirty because I didn't have gutters on it for a while, so that's what all the mud splashed up on it's about. And actually just put down some mulch yesterday to help alleviate that as well. But then I've made it so then the garden will be, I mean, kind of partially was last year, but I didn't really have any time to work on it. But so now the chickens are able to roam right into here, and now all fall and spring until the garden gets planted, they'll have all this extra room over here. I've made it with netting up on top with cables that go down to each corner. So there's basically an eye bolt up on top there that all these cables run through and are connected to the telephone poles on the corners to support the bird netting over the top, as you can see. The whole enclosure, I believe, is 45 by 90, I believe. I found a net on Amazon. It's kind of a pain to get up there, to be honest, because it hooks on any of my joints there in between the wires, and obviously that eye bolt up on top. But it seems to do the job. This is the area I had for my brooder chickens, as you'll see on the inside. All those golden comets right there. I had a dozen of them, so they were in here separated from the rest of the chickens until just recently, as I had opened it up now that they're on regular laying feed as well. So let's look at it from this side. I got ventilation up on top. You'll see that on the inside then. We'll go in there now. Constructed these little doors. I don't know if you guys saw that yet. Just have flaps on them. So I just went to, well, we have a Joann Fabrics and just had some of that cut out for me. So and inside the coop here, there's more of the golden comets. Hang on, let me get in the corner. I ended up going with these laying boxes. They are the rollaway style. I got a couple broody hens right now. It's killing me. But basically, I don't know if we have any eggs yet this morning. But yeah, there we go. So basically the chicken will lay it up in there, you know, obviously, and then it will roll down away from them. So it hopefully discourages broodiness like this, but that one, Americana in particular, that one's figured out how to get them out of there and tuck them up underneath her. So that's a work in progress, but it does keep the eggs a lot cleaner. You don't got birds, you know, walking all over them every time a new bird comes in. So get this door closed, keep the heat in. So one thing I did when I ran the power, I put first I put a switch down here. I had to put a guard on it because the first time I came down here after installing it, I thought my wiring was bad or something. Turns out the chickens were turning my switch off for the main power. And then I've installed a timer here with I have a couple outlets, but that timer, as you can tell, just controlled my light here in the coop. So then that turns on actually I think I got it set for about 4:30 in the morning to get that. I believe it's 13 hours of daylight the chickens need to continue laying. So let me step back to this corner now, show you this area. Here we got just a couple tools, chicken grabber. I got the grit and oyster shells made up in those PVC pipes. You can find the plans for that online, but that works out real slick. I like that. I just never had a place to really put them because I didn't have room indoors prior to this coop. So you just got the feed, the water, and then this is where my chicken coop kind of changes. I haven't really seen this anywhere else, but it's something I really wanted to do. So I got these, I don't know what you want to call them, doors, I guess, made on the sliding bars up top. So then what I can do then is open this up, you know, to access everything, but I don't have problems with chickens or anything getting in there roosting or crapping all over the place. But this allows me to keep my straw, and I mean, I'm getting low now, but I had that thing stacked all the way up, so you can fit, I don't know what, about 6 bales there. And extra feed, my regular feed, oyster shell, you know, everything. Keep everything right in here. And then down below, that's where the brooder is, or whatever you want to call it. So the way I made this is so then it's just like top, it slides. I still have the feeder down in here, I believe, from when the little chicks were in here, them golden comets. But so what I can do then, slide that over, and now I have a complete, you know, separated brooder nest for the little chicks. And I believe this helps because it lets them interact with the larger chicks. I haven't seen really any pecking or anything, actually. I'm actually surprised I didn't see any more. But I actually just put these back on yesterday because I figured I'd be making this video. But now I've got these all removed and I just keep them up top in that storage area. But somewhere for, you know, it's additional room when the brooder's not in case or in use. But then back here, if this girl would move, that's their way out into that separate pen I was showing you out on the outside. So yeah, this all just moves right out of the way, just slides over. Now you can get at all your supplies, and same thing, it slides. You can slide both of them over this way, you know, and get at your straw and everything to do your cleanup inside. And I made this, you know, probably pretty obvious, but let's get these girls down. Just give me a second here. Alright, I just didn't want to. But I obviously put this on hinges, and then I can clasp it up on top here. And this allows me to get in here and clean real easily. Oh, see, we got one that laid on the underneath the coop, or underneath the laying necks. Still a work in progress, but yeah, it works out real nice being able to clean up underneath here and not have to worry about really getting all full of chicken poop trying to crawl through everything. But so then the power also comes up over here. I got it going up along the ceiling here. Let's get behind this wall here. I don't know if you can see up there, but I got the bathroom fan then. I installed one of them, and it's on I gotta mount it yet, but it's on a thermostat, so then when the temperature gets too high in here, that exhaust fan will actually click on and ventilate the coop here. So it worked out quite well during summer. I mean, it could be a little bit more powerful, but without spending quite a bit of money, I mean, it's really not worth it to me. For winter, then I'll be actually opening up, I don't know if you can see that cut line in the insulation sheet there, but that's the other side's ventilation, because you need that ventilation, you know, to keep the humidity out of here during the winter when they're all cooped up in here. Like right now, it's not a problem, but during the winter, you know, they can get their combs frozen off and everything, so you really gotta be mindful of that and keep that ventilation open just like over here. You really don't want it to be going past them, so I'm trying to keep it up and above. Obviously that shouldn't affect them with their laying roost up here, but I think that's about it for in here. I'll go back outside and see if there's anything else. Alright, so we're back outside the coop here. One thing I wanted to show you, I guess, because I forgot to earlier, what I did when I ran that power down here, I also run a water line. So I just use it's a flexible irrigation pipe. It's just like black pipe, but you can use it, there's a few different classes. I believe red's the best, if I remember right, the thickest wall anyways. I mean, stuff's cheap. I mean, 20 bucks for like 100 feet of it. So I mean, I didn't really care. I just bought the good stuff. Then I just ran a riser. I still have to secure it to maybe a post or something, but I haven't ran water through it yet just because winter was coming, so there's no sense in doing it and then having to blow it all out for winter already. But the trench here, as you can kind of see this mess, was all grass, but trench actually goes underneath basically where this mulch is, ties into the trench that this power ran in at, and then goes up the hillside up into the house. So that's just one thing I thought I'd mention quick. Will save time, especially for the garden. I mean, it's not so big of a deal with the chickens because that's only, you know, whatever, 5-gallon bucket every day. That's no biggie to me, but the garden, you know, where you're going to be watering and everything, that's going to be a huge help. Just being able to hook up the hose right there, not have to worry about moving hoses all over the yard, you know. I'm sure a lot of you guys know how that goes. If you're egging them all over, you got to move them every time you want to mow or anything, so. But yeah. Alright guys, well I hope this video helped you out. Maybe gave you a few ideas for your own chicken coop project, if you're looking at doing one. I don't know, I haven't really found anything that I guess really dislike about the way I did anything yet. Maybe that will come, but as of right now I'm really happy with it. We got about 30 chickens using this coop now. We're going to see, you know, when winter comes, you know, how that all pans out. What I'd like to do is still use that brooder nest for maybe my meat chickens next year. I don't know, we'll see how they do as far as, this guy just keeps pecking me, how they do this winter and everything, and see if there'll be a problem with the space issue at all. But otherwise it'd be nice and convenient. Otherwise I'll just use that chicken tractor again. But it's kind of nice just having it all in one spot, keeping all the feed everywhere. You know, when you come out to do the chores, you just got to do the, you know, one stop versus, you know, having to kind of walk around and do everything. But again, I hope this video helped you out. Please give it a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll be sure to help you out. Thank you guys.